How does a company worth billions, a gaming giant with nearly 100 million people playing every day, end up in a full-blown crisis? And how does it all kick off with the ban of a single YouTuber? This isn't just a story about a banned creator. This is a story about a corporation's worst nightmare. It's about child safety, the vigilantes who say the company dropped the ball, and a public backlash so big it sparked a lawsuit from a state government and petitions to oust the CEO. But the biggest question of all, the one that gets to the very heart of this platform, is how did banning one YouTuber, a self-described predator hunter named Schlep, ignite a controversy that put billions of dollars of Roblox value on the line? And did it really cost them $12 billion? Let's break down what really happened and the real financial and reputational damage that followed. To get how we got here, you first need to know who Schlep is. For months, the 22-year-old from Texas was carving out a very specific and very dark niche on YouTube. He wasn't building games or doing tutorials. He was hunting predators. Posing as a kid, Schlep would interact with users on Roblox who showed predatory behavior. His videos, which were often raw and pretty unsettling, documented everything. The goal was simple: expose the dangers lurking on a platform loved by children and, as he put it, get these people arrested. And it seemed to be working. Schlep claims his work led to at least 6 confirmed arrests. This wasn't just for clicks, it was personal. Schlep has said that he was a victim of grooming on Roblox as a child by a popular developer. He says when his mother reported it, the company did nothing until she threatened to sue. For him and his massive following, this wasn't just content, it was a mission born from his own trauma to stop it from happening to other kids. He was doing the job that many felt Roblox itself was failing to do. And then Roblox brought the hammer down. On August 10th, 2025, Schlep announced he was gone. Not just a suspension, his accounts were terminated, and Roblox hit him with a cease and desist letter threatening legal action if he ever came back. From a corporate perspective, Roblox's reasoning was straightforward. The letter, which Schlep immediately posted online, accused him of breaking their rules in several ways. They said he engaged in simulated child endangerment conversations, shared personal information, and took conversations off-platform, all things that, ironically, are the exact tactics real predators use. In a public statement, Roblox went after what they called vigilante justice. They argued that while people like Schlep might mean well, their methods get in the way of official safety protocols and their work with law enforcement like the FBI. Their point was that vigilantes working outside the system could actually make things riskier and mess up professional investigations. To Roblox, Schlep wasn't a hero, he was a liability who was breaking the rules. That was the official story. The community, however, saw something completely different. The reaction wasn't just negative, it was explosive. The story that took hold instantly wasn't about a company enforcing its rules, but about a billion-dollar giant silencing a whistleblower to protect its own image. The hashtag #FreeSchlep blew up. Major creators like Creekcraft and Moisture1 Tycal covered the story, pushing it to millions. Players staged in-game protests, gathering to voice their outrage. The community's logic was simple and powerful. Why was Roblox going after the guy catching predators instead of the predators themselves? This tapped into a deep fear that parents have and a sense of betrayal among players. Petitions were launched, with one demanding the removal of Roblox CEO David Baszucki, getting over 50,000 signatures. And this wasn't just online drama. U.S. Congressman Ro Khanna publicly called for Roblox to step up and do more to protect kids. And Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator announced he was exploring a documentary on the platform's dangers with Schlep's help. The story had gone from a simple ban to a full-blown media and political crisis. Roblox tried to put out a small fire, but ended up setting the whole forest ablaze. The damage to their reputation was piling up. But what about the money? The title of this video makes a pretty bold claim. So, did Roblox actually lose $12 billion because of all this? Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. If you just look at the stock chart, you won't see a single day $12 billion crash right after the ban. In fact, the day after the story broke big, Roblox's stock barely moved. This led a lot of financial analysts to say that in the short term, the controversy didn't really hurt the company's value, but that's not the whole story. The real cost isn't in a one-day dip. It's in the long-term risk and reputational damage. First, the lawsuits. Following the Schlep controversy, the state of Louisiana, led by its attorney general, filed a major lawsuit against Roblox. The suit accuses the company of putting profits over child safety and creating an unsafe environment. Legal battles like this are a direct and potentially massive financial threat that could cost billions in settlements and fees. Second, a damaged reputation costs real money. Studies on corporate crises show that when the public loses trust, it hurts the bottom line. It can lead to fewer users, make it harder to hire good people, and make investors nervous. In the days after the ban, as the Louisiana lawsuit and other bad press hit the news, Roblox's stock did see a significant drop of over 7 to 9%. It wasn't a crash, but it was a clear sign that Wall Street was getting worried. So while that 12 billion figure from viral headlines might be an exaggeration of an immediate loss, it's a powerful symbol of the value that was put at risk. The combined threat of lawsuits, a tarnished brand, and political pressure creates a long-term financial storm that could easily grow larger than that number. This wasn't one lightning strike, it was the start of a hurricane. This whole Schlep situation didn't just come out of nowhere. It was the flashpoint for a problem that has plagued Roblox for years. The massive challenge of keeping a platform with tens of millions of kids safe. The company constantly talks about its commitment to safety, rolling out new parental controls and AI moderation tools. They report thousands of cases to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and say they're always getting better. But critics, including former employees, argue that the systems just can't keep up and that the company's business model is fundamentally at odds with protecting children. The incident forces a huge question. When a company's official safety measures seem to be failing, does the community have a right to step in? Roblox's answer was a hard no, and that answer has now sparked a global conversation. In the end, Roblox's decision to ban Schlep was a textbook example of the Streisand effect. By trying to control the story, they made the problem they were trying to hide 1,000 times bigger, turning a niche creator into a global symbol of corporate failure. They drew a line between their corporate policy and what the community saw as justice, and the backlash showed which side the public was on. The true cost of banning Schlep isn't a number on a stock ticker, it's the loss of trust from the parents who are the platform's ultimate gatekeepers. And that's infinitely harder to win back than any amount of money. Roblox wanted to solve a problem with one troublesome vigilante. Instead, they revealed to the entire world that their problem was much, much bigger than just one YouTuber. What do you think? Was Roblox right to ban Schlep for breaking the rules, or should they have found a way to work with him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to see more deep dives into the biggest stories in gaming, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.